1987 Ford Escort. This is the 1.6 litre GL model in a state form, as you can see. Now, we've known this car for a couple of years. We actually collected a car from this car's owner's neighbour, and he toyed with selling it then. He's been thinking about it for a couple of years. He's never been able to part with it until now. It's been his absolute pride and joy. As you can see, it's sat on a set of they're steel wheels, banded out by a company called Weller Racing. Really, really nice quality job they've been done on them. You see they fill the arches really well. Normally when someone takes something like this and they put a set of wheels and a little raspy exhaust on the back, it does sound actually quite good as well, to be fair. They normally start with quite a scruffy car to start with. They start with a cheaper example. Not in this case. The guy has started with a very, very nice car and only made it better. We'll start with having a look at the bodywork, then we'll do the interior, and then we'll move on to the engine bay and get it fired up. If we start on this driver's side, if we look down this side, you can see it's lovely and straight all the way down there. The body line's nice and sharp going all the way down. There's no ripples or dents, it's not full of filler. We do have one slight, what you'd call a burn through in the arch there, where it's been polished and just clipped through the paint a little bit. The rest of that front driver's wing is lovely and clean all the way down the bottom there, where it's really nice and tidy. Inside that arch, as you can see, clean, nice and sharp all the way around. Like I say, these banded steels by Weller Racing. It's got all the specs written in there. So they're at 7.5J by 17 inch on the front. And I believe they're the same on the back, but we'll double check if we can find that spec. Just right on the top there. So they're, again, 7.5 by 17 inch. So same spec all the way around. 4 matching good decent tyres on there. Got a really good stance. It fits the arch perfectly, I think. Again, if they're not to your taste, easy enough to take off and put back to standard. Quite a valuable wheel as well, to be fair. Lovely and clean along that sill all the way down. If we look underneath, you can see it's not caked in underseal or anything like that. You can see that exhaust system as well, nice and shiny. Driver's door. There's not really any marks to note on there. Nice and tidy around the handles and the locks. All the plastics are lovely and clean. They're not dried out or caked in back to black. And the chrome trim around the windows, still lovely and shiny. All the seals are nice. All the windows are still stamped up, not ingrained with any scratches or anything like that. If we come up this A-pillar, we can have a look down the bottom here. Quite often you can find a bit of corrosion coming through here on this sort of era Escort, but as you can see, lovely and tidy. All good coming up this A-pillar. No sign of any stone chips. Nice and tidy on the leading edge of the screen there. And then the roof itself, really very good. It's not full of ripples or dents or anything like that. Rear driver's door. Again, nice and tidy onto that rear arch. See just how clean it is in there. Especially down the bottom here. Inside the arch is sharp all the way around. No marks to note. Down this side, there's a little scratch along the top of the filler cap. Just there, and there's a small stone chip here if we're being really picky. Come back up this side again, like I say, nice and straight. Round on the back, both tail lights are bright and clean. It does have this stainless rear section on the exhaust, just gives it a little bit more noise, quite nice. And there is a small crack in the bumper there. The rest of the bumper sits nice and straight. There's no marks in the seams behind the bumper. Quite often you can get a bit of corrosion coming through there, but this one's all good. Got your 1.6 GL badge on the left, Ford on the right. Nice condition. Seal along the bottom of the screen there, really nice and tidy. Same story across the top. Have a look underneath from here as well. See, lovely and clean under there. Going around on the passenger side, and again, same story as the other side, lovely and straight. Not full of ripples or dents. All of the glass on this side again, clean, clear, stamped up. Nice seals. Rear quarter. There's no really no marks at all to note on there. Nice and tidy. Lovely and sharp around that rear arch all the way around. The wheels are, 3 of them are unmarked. There's one very small little curb mark on there, but it's very, very minor. Rear door, again, no marks to note. If we're being really picky, there's a very light scratch just there. But that is me being really, really picky. Good look along that sill all the way along there. One little stone chip. In fact, that's a bit of dust, ignore that. Nice and clean on that front passenger door. There's a small mark there that's been touched in at some point. And then front arch, lovely and sharp all the way around. Little stone chip at the bottom there. Nothing to note on that seal there or on the bottom of the screen. What happens is your water gets trapped in there, sits against the seal and causes corrosion, but this one, lovely and clean all the way around. Really, really good. Bonnet itself, nice and straight. There's no ripples or dents in that. We've got one little stone chip just here and another one or two next to each other there. Headlights are nice and bright and clear. The rest of the plastic on the bumper is all good. Looks really sharp with those wheels in red and being the estate as well. Nice and clean on that driver's door card. There's a little split just there. Driver's seat, really good. No sign of any wear at all on the bolster. Very, very good. Heel pad is nice and tidy. The carpets could do with a bit of a shampoo, but that's easy enough to do. Nice and clean and tidy on that wheel. 71,148 miles on this one. Lovely and clean across the top of the dash. Correct original Ford stereo. All good in there. We'll pull the bonnet while we're here. It's a little bit stiff, this one, I did notice that. So give it quite a good tug. Nice and tidy on that rear door card. And on the door shut. Backs of the seats here, lovely and clean. They've not been kicked or abused or anything like that. And the rear seats are nice. They do look like they're dirty in the camera, but if you get the camera nice and close, you can see lovely and clean. It's just the way the light hits them. Nice and tidy on that headlining. If you check the description, we'll detail everything about service history, where it's been, what we know about it, all that sort of stuff. Underside of the boot lid, nice and tidy. Those rams are strong, hold the boot up, no problem at all. Carpet set's lovely and clean. If you lift that up, look at that floor, it's fantastic under there. You can lift the yeah, really, really good. No sign of any trap noise. You got your full-size spare in there. Really, really good under there. All the plastics in the trim, nice and tidy. Rear passenger side again, nice and tidy on the door card. No marks to note on that door shut. This side of the seats again, really good. Backs of that passenger seat, nice and tidy. No funny smells in there. There's no sign of any trap moisture or anything like that. Nice and clean on that door card. Got a little bit of wear on the armrest area. Again, this seat really, really nice. No sign of any wear. Bolsters are nice and firm. Normally along the seam comes apart, but that's all good. Lovely and clean on this side of the carpet and along the top of the dash. So like I say, 1.6 litre petrol engine, which is definitely under here. If I can get this bonnet up to show you, there we go. It's got a little K&N air filter on the top there. Other than that, looks to be pretty standard. Nice and clean on the inner wings and along that panel on the front. Underside of the bonnet, again, nice and tidy. It's driven to us, this one as well. You can have a look underneath. There's no fluid dropping on the floor there. Yeah, like I say, driven to us. It's been with us a couple of days. Starts on the button. So that's cold start. No heat at all in it. Nothing nasty coming out the back. Ticking over nice and happy up the front. So there you have it. 1987 Ford Escort 1.6 GL Estate. If you've got any more questions, please get in touch. Thank you.